Uh, Welcome, guys. Welcome back to another episode on the Controversial Car Channel. And I know it's been a while since I uploaded my last episode. I've been very busy. Which is now getting out of the holiday. We're getting back to the new year. First of all, I would like to hope that everybody had a good time and a safe time during the holiday. But I want to touch upon a topic that is very, I don't know if it's very controversial in the hobby, but a buddy of mine, we had a in-depth discussion or conversation about this topic. So as you can see, the topic is talking about a BGS 9.5 and a PSA 10. Now, prior to making this video, during the discussion, we went to YouTube to try and find, some second opinion, a third or fourth opinion on the very topic that I will be breaking down in a minute. And I noticed that there were very few videos on this topic within the hobby. So I felt, it was my due diligence to make a video. And I do know, as you know, the name of my channel, I do understand that a lot of people value a PSA 10 to be worth more than a BGS 9.5. Now I'm going to talk about that in a minute. First, I want to say this. I'm noticing that throughout a couple of content creators who are sharing their experience getting their submissions back from PSA and BGS and other graded companies. And I can't recall the name of this channel. Shoot, I cannot recall the name of the channel, but it's probably best I did. I'm not here to put anybody in frustration. But this, he got his submission back from BGS, and out of the 30 submissions, the majority of them were 9.5. But he was upset with his submission because he got a couple of 7. And I want to say this. I want to reiterate this. Most of us need to remember that when we submitted our submissions early last year, I have not got my submissions back yet. I'm looking forward to getting it back. But most of us, we got our submissions back. I mean, most of us, when we submitted our submissions into our respective grading company, we were not paying $100 per submission. It was, $10, $12, $15 per submission. So for us to get upset to get a PSA 8 or BGS 8.5 or BGS 7, just let's just appreciate and be thankful that you got some submissions back. It wasn't lost. You didn't pay an arm and a leg, and you don't have to give up your firstborn child to get to submit your cards in for grading. Like, PSA just opened back up with $100 regular service, which I don't think is going to last. I don't think that could be a permanent service fee. Hopefully it's not, because it's, it's, to me, it's unsustainable given the fact that, inflation is affecting the economy right now. So I want to put that out there and, let you guys know, let's just be appreciative of that. Now, the topic on here, BGS 9.5 versus PSA 10. Now, I understand a lot of you guys may value a PSA 10 greater than a BGS 9.5. And this is where he and I are different. If we take in consideration and keep and bear in mind how the value of these two grades come out, it's going to come out equal. Now, this is why I say it's going to come out equal. When you have a BGS 9.5, to me, a BGS 9.5 is equal to a PSA 10 because PSA does not have subgrade. That's one. For two, a PSA 10 is that's the highest you can get. That's gem mint. Now, according to BGS, 9.5 is considered gem mint. Now, that being said, when you look at, like, let's just say you look at a BGS 9, okay? A BGS 9 would equal to what? A PSA 9, right? Okay. Now, let's just say that for the sake of argument, BGS decides to up it, okay? You got 3 10s and a 9. Okay, we're gonna give you a 9.5, all right? PSA does the same thing, but since they don't have a subgrade system, they give you a 10, which is gem mint. Now, yes, it may be a 9, but let's just say for the sake of argument, they give you a 10. Now, if 9.5 is gem mint, PSA 10 is gem mint, that means that gem mint means gem mint. Now, if BGS gives you a 10, that means you got 4 10s. That's considered a black label. Now, can anybody honestly say that a PSA 10 is worth more to the BGS black label? No, nobody can say that. Now, given that fact, if you get a BGS 10 black label, does that mean that that black label is more valuable than a PSA 10, which means that under the BGS 10 will be a BGS 9.5. And that being said, we're equal to a PSA 10. Now, I'm a BGS guy. I'm a BGS guy for the simple fact that I like the subgrade. I've always been a BGS guy, even back in the 90s. When PSA came around, I was not at the hobby. So BGS has always been my go-to, when it comes to my go-to service, when it comes to, learning about the hobby, getting the hot, cold list, which sets are coming out. BGS has always been that. PSA, in my opinion, is trying to catch up to what BGS is doing. PSA is popular because during the boom, let me put it like this. During the 2015 to 2020, I'll say 2013 to 2020, PSA basically grew with the hobby, even though BGS was there before the hobby started growing. It's like for example, you have a baby. If you give the baby a puppy, the baby and the puppy are gonna grow together. So the child, as the child becomes a baby, as the baby becomes a child, if the child becomes a teenager or whatever, he or she gonna prefer the puppy or dog that he or she grew up with. That's his, nature. So that's my perspective. Let me know what you guys' perspective is. I do think that a BGS 9.5 has more value than a PSA 10. Now, I want to share a couple of base cards. You guys know that I'm big on base cards. I think people who are new to the hobby really don't appreciate base cards, because base cards are they do hold value. It's about how you view base cards. It's like walking into an art gallery. Every art on the wall has value. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Every art on the wall has value. Now, what you may see may not be what you may not like. You may not like what you see, but somebody else will. So base cards do hold value, and they're the backbone of the hobby, whether we like it or not. So I wanted to share. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. This is I think this is hold on a second. Well, yeah, I think this is a 98. Okay, let's see if it works. 2010. 2010. Okay. See if I can. No, that's not a good idea. But anyway, this is a 2010 Bowman. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. Okay. Yes, sir. This is a 2010 Bowman Gold Kobe. I don't know if you can see it. I really like this card because, you can tell this is Kobe with Kevin Garnett. Now, both of them into the Hall of Fame at the same time. And, this is the epic. I think it's a beautiful card. It's a gold, Bowman Gold. I'm big on Bowman Gold. I like the thick stock. It prevents damage. It's just a beautiful card. And, it also has one of my favorite players. My favorite player, you can see Kobe trying to pass around Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett and Kobe went into the Hall of Fame at the same time. So I think this is a great card. That being said, this is a card from the same set. This is Garnett. Now, the beauty about this card is that you can see Shaq is also in the picture. One of the most dominant big man in the game today is in the picture with Kevin Garnett. And I just think this is a beautiful card. So, I have these two in my PC. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and let me know what you guys think about the PSA 10 versus BGS 9.5. If you like the content which I shared with you today, feel free to click like. Not going to cost you nothing. You don't have to buy anything to click a like. I appreciate the like. Subscribe to my channel to get more content. I will try to be more consistent with the content that I come out with. And feel free to share the video. Until then, next time, y'all be safe.